Hey guys, Jamie here at THOR Offroad, and we are back in the classroom for what we're going to call the final exam. So what we want to do is basically take all the videos that we put together about all the components that you would pick and choose for your truck when you're outfitting it with the Carli Suspension packages, and kind of give you an overview of like what would happen if you called up to THOR and you got me on the phone, and how I would progress through trying to help you get to the end result that you really want or need. And it's basically the same thing you would do. You go poking around on the internet, go on our website and start looking at the different packages that we have and all the options, so that you can find out which one really fits you. So hopefully all the videos that we've done before give you enough information about each individual component that you can make an educated decision. And of course, we're always here to answer questions, whether it's by email, phone, or whatever. We're happy to help you make the decisions that maybe you can't make on your own. So, you know, when somebody calls up here and they have a Super Duty or a Ram, and we're gonna be like, hey man, I've got an F-250 and I just bought it and I want to put Carli suspension on my truck. What shocks should I pick, right? We're going to do something like this. We're going to ask you a question. We're going to say, what exactly do you do with this truck? Where do you drive it? You know, do you go off-road? Is it, in this particular case, it's like I'm on the pavement with an occasional off-road. That means you got a guy that, you know, might drive to his ranch or something on the weekends. But for the most part, he's going to be on the pavement. I would immediately say that, you know, the backcountry or the Pathfinder kit is going to be the right one for you. And then we'd ask some more qualifying questions to kind of get granular between those two things and try to pick which one would be the absolute best for you, okay? The other big thing, if you've watched the videos, you know, is leaf springs. So we know that this is going to change ride quality a lot. This is going to change ride quality a lot, right? So leaf springs, it's like, it is my daily driver, but I tow a boat on the weekend, right? So we'd get even more in depth about that. We'd ask, you know, how big is the boat? How many times? If it's every weekend, is it, you know, sometimes people say, oh, I tow a boat, and then we find out that they tow it one time a year. You know, we don't need to set up a truck to tow for 2 trips from the house. We just need to make sure that we understand how much you're towing and how much that towing weighs, so we can give you the right leaf spring option. In this particular case, if it was just a light ski boat or a bass boat or something like that, I would tell you, hey man, let's get all the ride that you can get, put progressive leaf springs on it, and deal with a little bit of squat when you're going back and forth to the lake, right? That's what I would do. So the other things are like, you know, we're going to get into the small components. We're going to get into radius arms. We're going to get into torsion sway bar, wheels and tires, all the things that make the incremental changes. You know, somebody says, well, I don't know if I really want the radius arms or not. Do I need those? You know, are they worth the money? You know, then we're going to ask questions like, what size tires are you going to run? You know, if we're going to run 37s, then we can absolutely get some caster back that we're going to lose whenever we lift the truck. And to get that caster back to clear a bigger tire, we're going to need a radius arms. Absolutely, radius arm drops are going to come in a 23 plus Super Duty and on the 3 1/4 Ram, but the radius arms are going to help us just get a little bit more caster, get the geometry back where we want it so the truck tracks really well, but also help us clear for a bigger tire. So if somebody says, do I need radius arms? I'm going to ask, what tires are you going to run? What size are you going to run? Are you going to be going off-road heavily? You know, if this is the same guy here, I would say probably not. But again, that would be a decision made on what tires you're going to run and if we need to clear a bigger tire. Wheel and tire, obviously that makes a big change in the ride quality as well. It's like, you know, are you looking for a super aggressive tire? What kind of stance are you looking for? Are we going to be able to clear that tire? Are we going 3.5 or 5.5? You know, if you've got it just set in your mind, you want to run 38s on your truck and that's it, you know, we're probably going to tell you that the 5.5 is the best bet, because we got all the clearance that we need. We're never going to have contact with the truck, and we can get you a really nice ride and stance and look. Not that we can't do it on a 3.5, but you might have to give up a few little things, you know, like you're going to have to do a torsion sway bar to clear that tire, and you're going to have to do radius arms to clear that tire. So going back to the radius arm question again, if you told me you were going to run 38s on a 3.5, I would say absolutely have to have radius arms, right? So torsion sway bar is one of those ones that we get asked, is it worth the money? It is to the right person. If you tell me that you tow your fifth wheel all the time and you're just on the highway driving straight and that's it, I would say there's going to be very little benefit for you buying a torsion sway bar, and it wouldn't be worth the money for you to do. But for anybody who drives around on uneven ground, anybody who goes off-road for sure, but even if you have to traverse any unlevel pavement or whatever, the sway bar is going to definitely give you that incremental ride change that you may be looking for, that's just going to be different than the other suspension systems out there. So taking all of this together, we're calling it the final exam, but what we mean by that is that we want to make sure that we qualify you for all of those things that are coming into those kits, which ones are best for you based on the information that we get, right? Or the information that you know while you're shopping online, so that you can make sure that you get the right parts for you. Don't spend unnecessary money that you don't have to if you're not going to get a lot of benefit out of it, right? We're always looking for an ROI, like return on our investment is the biggest thing. Like, this stuff is expensive, but you don't have to have all of it to get done what you're looking to get done. So we hope that helps out. Again, this is just an example, and we want to make sure that we answer all your questions, whether you're buying stuff online on our online store or you're coming into the shop and we're going to install it here. We want to make sure that we have the right answers for you, everything that you're doing. Watch all the videos and give us a shout. We'll make sure that we get the right Carli system set up for you for exactly what you're going to be doing here at THOR Offroad.